Hey TFL members, good morning to you. Lots of stuff to talk about. I'm Rob Booker. This is the NFP Friday, and things have gone in our favor quite substantially. I'm sure you're happy. I'm happy. The job numbers came in weaker than expected. 209,000 versus 231,000. The unemployment rate ticked up just a bit, and that's not good for the US dollar, but we don't really care about the US dollar, do we? At least we cared more about things like the British pound, New Zealand dollar, which just fell and hit the target at 97.60 while I was preparing to do this video. Now we have a lot of trades going on and we have a lot of stuff, and I'm going to try to get to everything and hopefully I won't forget anything, but we're short the Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar. That's going really nicely today. The New Zealand dollar was a big winner after the non-farm payroll report. Really happy to see the New Zealand dollar strengthening. That's good for us. That worked on the British pound, New Zealand dollar. It worked on the Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar. The one that's probably going to struggle a little bit is the euro New Zealand dollar. I've been wanting to sell this and did sell this. And as you can see here, the euro is gaining against the dollar and the New Zealand dollar is gaining against the dollar. And both of those have been battered down pretty badly recently. And so what you're seeing is we're not getting as much movement out of this currency pair. Now it will come. We'll get that movement. I think we'll see this drop. But as you can see, it's a struggle here. And it's nice to sometimes take an Aussie New Zealand, Pound New Zealand, and Euro New Zealand. It's not so bad, actually. And one of those moves a lot, one of those moves a little, and then one of those moves not at all. And you never really know exactly which one it's going to be. Well, at least I don't. I closed the British pound Swiss franc in advance of the economic report, and I did send a text message about it. But let's say that you didn't. Well, then you're better off than I am, and we are hitting 52.57 as we look at the screen right here. I can't believe how nicely this went in just one overnight session. Pre-NFP, volatility spiked, and we got a really nice movement. I closed the British pound New Zealand dollar and I closed the British pound Swiss franc this morning. Those are done. This trade is over now. I'm sad to see it go. And but it was time to take profits. It was time to bank some money, and we had been in this trade for a while, and we did well on this. And so congratulations to all of you who stayed in that trade together with me. We did well, friends. The euro British pound, our longer term trade, is just screaming in our favor, and I am just adoring this trade right now. I just love this trade to death. We bought at 79.25 and 79.15, and we are targeting 8,000, or we are targeting 8,040, and that trade is just zooming. Happy to see that move. When this currency pair does finally move in our favor, it just looks spectacular. So it's already hit the August pivot on the first day of the month, and we are on the way toward the July monthly pivot. And I like our chances of getting there. Now, we could talk dollar weakness today and say, well, you need to be short the US dollar Japanese yen. And we've looked at these charts. I think I had a pending order much lower than this. You could go short the US dollar Japanese yen today, and that would not be a terrible idea. There are lots of targets that you could choose from, but I think a 50 pip target would be fair. And I don't really need to give you much more information than that. If you want to be short the US dollar, then plan on being short the US dollar for a little while. What else do we have? I mean, we had so many trades planned. Euro dollar was a trade that we looked at. We bought at 33.86. And we're looking to get to 34.66 at the very least. Great day for the euro US dollar. Somewhere on here, I've got a view of my screen here. So some of my trades are closed. Some of them are still open. What do I have open? Dollar Swiss I have open. I got slipped on another entry. Dollar Mexican, dollar Canadian just entered. We'll look at that in just a moment. Euro pound is just zooming and looking beautiful. Finally getting some relief on Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar. Everything there, I like the way all those look. Let's take a look at two things. One, let's look at US dollar Mexican peso. Did you trade this with me in the event that you did? Today is the day to add to that trade. So to go short some US dollar Mexican peso where we are at right now, I am about to do that at this very moment. So why don't we do that together? So I have some US dollar Mexican peso at 13.0571. And let's pull that currency pair up. There we go. So we can see it on the screen here. There's my original entry. And now I'm going to sell some more. I think I sold 2 originally, or around 2. Yeah, I sold around 2. Let's sell 2.5 now. All right, so I'm short there. I'll get out of that trade at the original entry, at the place where I got into the first trade. So that would be great. All right, U.S. dollar, Mexican, Canadian dollar will cap us off here. And if you're watching this video, I have not updated the TFL website. I will do that later today. So just the video is ready right now as you're watching this, but not the rest. I like a sell trade on the U.S. dollar, Canadian dollar right now. As you can see in the account, I just showed you I'm already short. I like being short the US dollar, Canadian dollar. I think you could take a target at 0870. That would be perfectly fine. That's a quick target. But you could also do a target all the way down here at this daily missed pivot, 0840. And don't get greedy. I mean, the dollar was on a bullish trend before we got all giddy about whatever happened today. So don't be too greedy. It's just within the next few hours, I will update the TFL website. It may already be updated by the time you see this video. And we've got brand new sections on TFL coming next week. We've got a super long-term trade section, and we've got a really short-term trade section as well coming on TFL, all part of the Trifecta 3 launch. For those of you that missed it, Trifecta 3 is ready now. And you can go to tfl365.com/T3 and you can get more information about that. I'll talk to you a little bit later on. Thanks, everybody. I'm Rob Booker, and you are on TFL.